Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have had an amazing week so far. So, first of all, new-ish background. If you guys are familiar with my channel, I usually have another little picture thing right here. But I actually recently got this, and it is a jewelry holder. I don't know if you guys can see much of it. I don't have tons of stuff in there yet, but yeah, we're just waiting on it. So yeah, random but new background. So today's video is going to be, yikes, it might be a long one, so I'm going to try and make this intro short, sweet, and to the point, as well as the entire video. I wanted to show you guys my entire, from head to toe, drugstore palette collection. You guys know that I definitely have a weakness for eyeshadow palettes. It is, I think out of makeup, like eyeshadow is just my most passionate thing. So I've definitely collected a lot of eyeshadow palettes throughout my years, and it's time to get rid of some. So I figured, you know, I'm going to show you what palettes I have. Do I recommend them? Do I not recommend them? Are they going to stay with me, or are they going to be finding a new home? We will find out in just 1 minute. Before we do, make sure that you guys are subscribed to my channel and hit that bell to stay notified with all my videos. And without further ado, let's start the video. Let's dive in. If you guys want to take some notes or anything so you can find out what palettes I recommend, yada yada yada, go ahead and grab that now. And if you guys want to grab a beer, want to grab some wine, hot Cheetos con limon, whatever it is, get yourself comfy. So first of all, I'm just going to go in whatever order. I'm not going to go in any specific way or anything. First, here we have, and PS, I'm going to try my best to give you guys swatches. These are crazy amounts of eyeshadow palettes, so I don't know that I'm up for that task. So here I have 6 of the Rimmel London little eyeshadow palettes. Now, Rimmel London is a brand that I feel like never really excites me when they do launches. They have some really good stuff, but some of their other stuff is like, it just kind of goes under the radar, if you know what I mean. So these palettes were actually all sent to me in PR, and to be honest with you guys, I haven't played with every single one of them, but I have played with a few of them to kind of give you my opinion. So here's the Magnif'eyes Electric Violet Edition palette. Now these are all of that Magnif'eyes line type of thing. This is what this palette looks like. As you can see, it contains cool tone colors, purples, a pop of a turquoise. I have used this turquoise before, and it is extremely pigmented. Especially if you use a wet brush, you're definitely going to get a lot of like pigment out of it. The only thing that I have to say with this palette is that the matte colors are not the most pigmented. I have played with this a few times, and I just had to dig into other palettes because I wasn't getting the pigmentation that I personally was looking for in this palette. Now, with that said, if you are a beginner, or if you know someone that is a beginner with makeup, they might not want an extremely color payoff to begin with, because I know that when you're starting, you know, you should learning how to blend, etc, etc. And I think for that, these are pretty good, because again, you can go a little bit light-handed with these and they'll still look good. We also have here the Jewel Rocks edition. This one I have not played with at all. If you guys want to see a tutorial maybe using this, let me know, but I haven't played with that one. I have also played with this one, the Spice edition, which is this one right here, and this one is really good. Again, the pigmentation is not like whoa, like high end, but the pigment is there, the blendability is there. This one right here is this color, and I mean, as you can see, it swatches really well, and if you build up the colors, you can definitely get a really good eyeshadow look. I have personally used this palette in my videos before. I don't know when, it's probably been a while, but I love that it has so many different shades that you can really dig into. If you are a warm tone palette person and want something affordable, this one is really good. If you're looking for something a little bit more colorful, you want to be a little bit more adventurous with your eyeshadow palettes, this is the Color Edition, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, again, you get obviously really pretty colors. You get some purples, blues, like coppery, berry colors, and then you have a little bit of warm tone. This white though, I really like it for the inner corner. You guys know that I personally like a very intense like inner corner highlight, kind of like what I'm wearing right now, and this color is just so stinking cute. I do notice that it just performs a little bit better if you wet your brush and then go in there and apply it. Other than that, I really haven't played much with any of these colors. This one is also brand new. I have not opened this one up until now. This is the Rainbow Edition, which looks like this. They have similar shades. This is again the Color, and this is the Rainbow. I really like that neon green. You guys know that neon is definitely a trend as of this year, and it has really pretty colors. The only thing that I find hard with this palette is that there's not a lot of like transitional shades that you can use for your crease, but that's when other palettes usually come in handy. So I just wanted to show you guys a quick swatch of this lime green color. It is a little metallic one, and that is what it looks like. So it's very pretty, very pigmented. Also, I've also done a makeup tutorial with this one. I believe I used it for one of my drugstore February Valentine's Day makeup tutorials, and this one is really, really pretty. It is the Crimson Edition, and this one reminds me a lot of the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, I believe is what it's called, where you have the pinks, the mauves, and then a little bit of like the browns. This palette is really pretty. If you are super girly and you like pink eyeshadows with a little bit of warm, this one is a really good buy. Let's move on to a brand that has actually become one of my favorites as far as like eyeshadow palettes, and I am talking about the brand Profusion. This palette has been one of the most highly requested palettes on my channel. You guys constantly request for me to do more and more looks and bring back the festival palette, bring back the festival palette. You guys are mesmerized by this, and I am here for it. This palette is incredible. Again, if you are passionate about makeup, if you are a collector, or if you're just looking for an affordable drugstore colorful eyeshadow palette with great pigmentation, I highly suggest this one. I've done a few tutorials with this. I will try to link like a card or a playlist where you guys can watch them, but I've played with the browns, we've played with the orange, yellow ones, we've played with the blue ones. And honestly, I've never been disappointed by any of the colors that I've used. I also have here the Pro Pigment palette. Now this one I actually snatched it at TJ Maxx for $7. You guys can see the sticker here. So I do recommend that if you're on the hunt for a palette, go to TJ Maxx or Marshalls, because you might get a really good deal. This one as well is really pretty. I personally haven't played around with like probably like this half of the eyeshadow palette, but I've played with these colors and they all have such great quality pigment and payoff. One of my favorite ones is the shade Frosting. Again, I just love a super intense inner corner highlight, and look at that. Like, this one is ultra rich, it's so creamy, it's so metallic, and it has a little bit of like a pink iridescence. Super cute. This was the actual first palette that I ever tried from Profusion, I think back in like 2017 or 2018, and from there on I was just like, wow, Profusion is actually a really good brand. This is their Sultry palette. I don't think I've used this one in a while on my channel, but as you can see, this one I've used it a few times. Oh my god, this color is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at that. It is such an intense blue. Oh, it really matches my shirt like spot on. The oranges on this palette, girl, mira, like pigments galore. The purple one, Nimble, look, I mean, like, look at that. Yeah, these have so much pigment to them. I can't get enough. If you guys want to see maybe like a full face ish of Profusion, let me know. I don't know if they have foundations, concealers, but we can investigate. Let's move on to Pixi. Pixi is a brand sold exclusive to Target. If I am correct, if I'm wrong, please correct me. This one is one of their newest launches. It is the Reflex Light eyeshadow palette. Now this one is full of shimmers, and as you can see, this one is pretty new. I really have not played with it much besides this color. I think I dug into it once to like highlight my nose, but other than that, I haven't played with it much. But I really like the quality of these eyeshadows. Pixi is more of a high-end brand when it comes to drugstore. I also have here the Natural Beauty. Now this one, as you can see, is cool tone. Even though it has browns, but the browns are super cool tone. I love this palette. I like to use or reach for this palette when I'm in a cool tone mood. If I'm wearing like all black, or if I'm wearing like a silver shirt, just anything that is more cool tone, I like to reach into this palette. Now, I don't use it as much because I don't wear cool tone colors on my eyes as much, but these are incredibly pigmented. That is one little swatch, and look at that. These are just so creamy. I really like the formula, and I don't know why more people don't talk about these eyeshadows. Next is a brand that I actually really like, and I have so much of their products that I genuinely enjoy, but unfortunately these are some of the palettes that have just kind of been like a miss for me. These are by the brand Kokie Professional, and these are 3 of their artist palettes. I think they came out last year. The first one that I have here is called Utopia. First of all, the packaging is super cute, which I really like that. I like that they try and make their packaging cute. This one broke on me, but as you can see, I'm just not a fan. Personally, I'm not a fan of eyeshadow palettes with such a small like pan, and I know that can be like a little like okay, whatever, but I just don't personally like that. Now, as you can see, these are pretty. They are pigmented, but once you apply them on the eyes, they kind of like dust away and you don't see much of the pigment. I'm gonna swatch to this purple one right here. They do have a pretty color payoff, but as you can see, like not all of them. That purple one, can't really see it. The other one here is the Peachy Queen. This one was one of my favorites when I first got it. Again, very similar to the Modern Renaissance. I believe I played around with it a few times, but again, wasn't like crazy about the formula. That is one swatch, and that one is a really pretty color. The last palette here is the Treasured palette. And this one, I just honestly never really played around with it. I didn't see any colors that I was like, oh, I want to use that color, or it just didn't make sense in my head, the colors that came together. You know, I like a palette that has some tones that you can use to throw it in the crease and then blend them out and then just add something all over the lid. But this palette just, it doesn't make me want to use it, if that makes sense. So unfortunately, these palettes are a no-go for me. If you guys like them, let me know. But yeah, these were just one of the few that I didn't like. Let's talk about Wet n Wild. I feel like they've just done such an amazing job with upping their game as far as like colors and pigmentation and quality and everything like that. Wet n Wild is like one of the top dogs now, I feel like. So 3 of my favorite eyeshadow palettes that are again a newer release are these right here, and these are just the cutest thing. All of these colors are so crazy pigmented, and when I first saw them, I was like, I don't think these are gonna be cute, you know, like I don't see any really hype behind them. But wow, was I wrong. These are just so creamy. I love the way they blend. Look at that. This one is also a really pretty one, my favorite shade. This has to be one of the most unique eyeshadows I've ever laid my eyes on, and it is so stunning. That is the shade right there. I don't know if you guys can, oh, you can see how it kind of turns a little bit like red copper. I love it. This one here is one of the palettes that I probably have used the most out of all 3. This one is called Not a Basic Peach. And this one again, pigment on pigment. I'm going to swatch this color. Oh my god, this dark brown has so much, look at that. That has so much color payoff, and it's like, how is that possible? Yeah, that is the dark brown one. Now let's swatch Transition. Oh my god, I love this shade. It is so pretty. It's like a burnt orange. It's that one right there. Let's move on to some Milani makeup. These are the Bold Obsessions and the most loved mattes. I also did a review when they first launched, and this is what it looks like. These palettes, I'm going to tell you right now, they are great quality. These are so gorgeous. I really don't use them as much as I wish I would. I just forget that I have them. Very creamy, very pigmented. The blendability is there. I mean, like, look at this foiled eyeshadow. I'm just gonna keep swatching all my arms. Look at that. Like, that is such a stunning shade. These are awesome. $20 a pop though for a drugstore is a little bit high. But again, if you're willing to dish out the money for really good quality eyeshadow palettes, these are it. Okay, let's move on to, I only have one e.l.f. palette. I have unfortunately gotten rid of all of my other e.l.f. palettes because I don't like them. I don't like the quality. But this one, I think they changed their formula or something, because this one is like really good. It is the Opposites Attract, and I haven't used this palette in a while. Again, kind of forgot that I had it, but I did do a tutorial when I first got this palette and I was like, whoa. Okay, e.l.f., like, that was really good. All of their shades are really creamy and very pigmented compared to the rest of their eyeshadows. You know those little long ones that they have, like the 10 or the 10 eyeshadow? Yeah, don't like those. So that is a swatch of that orange. These are just so pretty. This is the shade Warm, which is a really pretty, like, coffee brown. Really, like, just really good quality. Now, are these better than like the Milani ones that I just spoke about just a second ago? No, I think the Milani ones are still more pigmented than these, but these give you enough pigment to like go on about your business, you know? We are almost done-ish. Okay, so Physicians Formula, what are my thoughts on these? I also reviewed it. We do a lot of reviews here on my channel if you guys haven't noticed, but these are the first, I think, palettes from Physicians Formula. I could be wrong. I don't keep up with them too much. They do have some cute releases every now and then, but they just need to step up their game as far as like form or colors go. First of all, oh my god, these smell like paradise. These take me to some tropical island that I've never been to, and that's where I want to be when I smell these eyeshadow palettes. These are so yummy to smell, not to taste. I've never tasted them. Now, I really do like this formula. I think it's a pretty, like, it's pretty decent. Not my favorite formula as far as like drugstore palettes, and the reason why I say that is because some of these colors, for example this green one, when I did a tutorial on it, like, the formula is like too dry for my liking, and I remember that I had to dig my brush in that. Now again, the pigment is beautiful once you apply the color on, but just having to like dig so much into it, it really threw me off. And now that I see it, these shadows probably perform better with finger swatches versus like an actual brush. Sometimes that's just how they formulate them. But yeah, I think these are really good. Not my favorite palettes, to be honest with you. They're kind of boring to me, but they are good quality. I love the way my eyeshadow came out today. Like, I've been on a funk with makeup where I'm like, what do I do? I feel like I do the same thing over and over again. So I sat down today, did my makeup, watched some TV, or Netflix actually, and I used these palettes. These are really new to my collection. I just did a full brand review on Makeup Obsession, which can be found at Target. I picked up 2 palettes, and honestly, I do not regret one single bit, because I'm trying not to buy any more eyeshadow palettes. Lord knows I don't need them. But yeah, these are it. These retail for $14 a piece, $15 a piece, and honestly, they're totally worth it. So I'm wearing this specific palette on my eyes, which is Belle Jordan, and Makeup Obsession apparently is like a sister to Makeup Revolution. Tons of you were leaving a comment, so thank you for that, because I wasn't aware. So that was pretty cool to find out. This palette is stunning, creamy, pigmented. So I used this shade down here, which is called 13. I just threw that all over the crease to really deepen up the color, and then I went back with Hot Sauce and Queen. This color right here, do you guys see how beautiful it is? It has like glitters. Oh my god, this is such a stunning color. I've never seen anything like this that has these really cute golds, like dusty little, what's it called? Yeah, I guess it would be shimmer. I don't know. It's just gorgeous, okay? This orange, which is Sagittarius, I threw that at the very top of the crease just to make it a little bit more warm. Oh my god, these, I just can't get enough. These have to be some of my top favorites eyeshadow palettes that you can get at the drugstore for $15. You can't go wrong. I love this palette. You can't go wrong at all, especially with the price, and this one as well. Amazing, amazing. I wasn't too impressed with this color, to be honest. When I first tried it, it's okay. It doesn't have the best pigmentation, but the rest are amazing. Whew, girl, I need a drink. Oh, much better. Let's jump back to Makeup Revolution since we were just talking about them. Again, Makeup Revolution is one of those brands that just like, oh, they have so much good stuff from like not only eyeshadows but like to their foundations and stuff like that. So these are 4 of their palettes that I have, and I feel like these are their more iconic little palettes. This one is a very good dupe for one of the Anastasia palettes. I can't remember, Subculture, I think. Very good dupe. Very pigmented. I love the pan sizes. It looks very cute, and honestly the packaging isn't like wow crazy, but I like that they put their money in the quality of the actual eyeshadow, if that makes sense. Again, this one is another Anastasia dupe, super pretty, close to the modern renaissance. I'm really trying to be quick. I am almost done. J.Cat Beauty, I speak about this brand quite often on my channel. I think it is such an underrated brand. Not a lot of people either use them or know about them, or maybe haven't tried their quality enough to know that it's a really good brand. Now these eyeshadow palettes, when I first got them, I was like, wow, cute, right? So they're called Extreme Access Pocket Eyeshadows. Idea behind this, you can throw it in your purse, you can throw it in your pocket. Like, they're so small and cute that you can take them anywhere, and I really like the concept of that, because when I personally travel, which is rare, but when we do travel, I know that I still want to be cute because I want to be taking pictures for Instagram, and so I try to bring eyeshadow palettes that are like essentials, and I think this is a really good idea for that. Now the quality, it's okay. Again, if you are a beginner, I think these can be super easy to play with, because you're not going to get a ton of like, what am I doing? You're not going to get a lot of like, what's it called? Pigments placed in one area, and they have a few different ones that you really have to choose from, a really colorful one or from a really warm tone one. So here are just a few swatches. See, as you can see, so the pigments there, they're just not crazy, insane, ultra metallic. The LA Girl, these are brand new. I also did a review on them. These are the Hot Heat eyeshadow palettes, and I have both of them. Thank you, LA Girl, for sending them to me. This one is in the style Vacay Everyday, and this one is Aloha Hawaii, I believe. Oh, Aloha Vibes. Oh my god, these eyeshadow palettes are definitely like a staple for the summer, just because the packaging is like such summer vibes, but the inside, oh my god, look at these. These are stunning eyeshadow palettes, you guys. Creamy, pigmented, blendable, affordable. Like, the colors are just so beautiful. You can really create a crazy bold makeup look with this one, or you can go super natural. And then this one, if you're feeling a little bit more risque, a little bit more feisty, then dig into the purples, add a little bit of turquoise. This shade, Dios mío, look at that, you guys. This one, oh my god, this one is so pretty. I love these palettes. If these are still available, I really suggest you guys get your hands on these, because these are just to die for. Other LA Girl palettes are these right here, and these are equally as good quality and pigmented as those. These were released this year, I'm pretty sure, but those were released like not too long ago. So this one is the, let me see, the LA Girl Wanderlust eyeshadow palette. So turquoise blues, a little bit of peaches. Get Feverish, which is a warm tone palette. This one is one of my favorites. It's called The Nudist, and that is what it looks like. I think this one would be perfect for like bridal makeup. Ooh, yes. And then the other one is called Surreal Dream, which is this one. This one I've played with a little bit. I've used like the blues, but not anything crazy. I have used this one a lot, the Feverish and the Nudist. And oh my god, these are just so amazing. Again, the quality is there, the pigment, the blendability, everything is just, it's on point, and these are super affordable. So if you guys are even makeup artists and you do a lot of bridal work, This one would be a great one to add to your kit. I almost forgot about these. These were also by Wet n Wild, so they were supposed to be in the Wet n Wild pile. It's from their Rebel Rose collection, which is one of my favorite collections they've ever come out. I still use their serum to this point every day. This eyeshadow palette is just so pretty, so rich in pigments. I was blown away. I've used this green one. Now these have a very strange formula on them. You really do have to dig deep to get any color payoff. It's like a weird film on top of the shadows, but once you get down and you get the pigmentation, wow, you can't say no. Very last palettes that I have here are by the brand Essence. I think I mentioned these in one of my new videos where I tested new makeup, and these are pretty decent. Again, I think these are perfect for if you're young, if you're starting maybe high school and you're trying to get into makeup. These are really good quality because they have the pigments, but they're not going to be like super intense where you're going to be like, okay, I can't blend this out at this point. These are so soft. They have such a creamy formula. I know that a lot of people are kind of like iffy about this brand, but honestly, like, they make a great everyday look. They have a bunch of ones. This one is the Good Day Sydney, the Salute Paris, which I used in a video and I think the quality was great. Ola Rio, which is this one, really pretty romantic pinkish burgundy, and the Hello New York, which is a cool tone. This one is probably my least favorite out of all. Essence is a really good affordable brand. So oh my gosh, I think we're done, you guys. That is it. Wow, that was a lot of palettes. Now I know what I have, and now I know what I'm going to get rid of, which is really not a lot. I'm gonna go ahead, wash my hands, wash my arms, and I'll see you guys for Makeup Monday. Mwah. Bye. My outros are always so awkward.